Hi guys and welcome to DIY Ideas. Today I have a new tutorial for you for a loop scarf with this Alice puffy wool, where you don't need any crocheting hooks, you don't need any knitting needles. It's kind of made up of these little loops that you just kind of pull through each other. It's super easy, it's super simple, and how I did that I will show you now. Here you can see that I have a different variation to what I showed you yesterday. That's a different video and you're very invited to go and see that one as well. So yeah, have fun. Okay, so this is our wool for this video. And this is the Alice puffy wool that you use without any crocheting hooks, without any knitting needles. It's kind of this white color with a little bit of black bits in here. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to try to pull out the middle of this ball, or maybe here on the other side. Let's see where I can find it. Okay, sometimes it's a little harder. Okay, here it is. Sometimes it's a little harder to actually find the middle. Okay, so this is kind of what this wool looks like. These little loops are connected. They're maybe 3 to 4 centimeters tall, and yeah, there's a lot of them, obviously, because it's the whole length of the wool. And this whole ball has a length of 9 meters, and it weighs 100 grams. With that, you can make a really nice scarf. It's the perfect length, for a scarf. But if you use a few more balls, you can actually make blankets too. It's 100% micro polyester. And you can see here that it's meant to be used, without knitting needles, without crocheting hooks, but I actually do like to use a crocheting hook sometimes. I'll show you maybe a little later what I use it for. And yeah, it's 100 grams, 9 meters long, and the color is 686. Okay, so here we get started. So what I want to do is I want to do this whole thing in rounds. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to measure the length that I want, and I want about 120 centimeters. So here's my measuring tape, and I'm going to just start at this one side and measure all the way down until I reach the length that I want. 60, 70, 80, 90, but we want like 120, so a little more. I think that's a great length for a loop scarf. So that's what we're shooting for. So this is about 120 centimeters. And so that's how long this round is going to be. And I can put the measuring tape aside. And so I'm going to put this down here kind of in the loop that I want on the table. You can see it here. And this is the beginning. And here where my left hand is the last one basically of the 120 centimeters. So what I'm going to do here, this is my working thread, and this left one here is the very first loop that I have. And so where I measured about 120 centimeters, this is where my finger, kind of stopped, and I'm going to pull it through the first loop of the thread. Okay, so from there we're going to start doing rounds. And so I'm going to take the next loop, the one in the back, and we're going to pull it through the one in the front. So this is basically like the second loop of the whole row. Okay, we have 2 here. Here comes the third one. So I'm going to take the loop in the back and I'm going to pull it through the loop in the front. Okay, here comes the next one. Number 4. We'll pull it through. Number 5. And we pull that one through as well. You can maybe see which technique works better for you. I've noticed that with these loops, I like pulling them through with my 2 fingers from the front to the back instead of like pushing it through. And so I'm going to show you here how I use my crocheting hook every now and then. So I'm going to go into the first loop here, and I'm going to poke the hook through and pull the next loop through this first one. And you can see, depending maybe on, how big your fingers are or something like that, that maybe this is easier for you. And so I go through the first hook and then I pull the second hook through the first one. And yeah, maybe that's easier for you. Maybe it's easier for me because I'm very used to using my crocheting hook. But I actually do enjoy this. And I'm gonna do this a little longer, and I will see you again when the first round is done. Okay, so like promised, I did the first row here, and I'm back to the beginning. So you can see here that the first row is all the way around, yeah, the same thickness everywhere. Along the whole round. And so here we are in the process of getting to the next row. This is, yeah, exactly how we go and make the next step. So you can see that there's kind of a step down below here. That's where the beginning was. And so this is the next loop basically, and we're just going to continue doing this in spirals. So you just take the loop that's you're supposed to use next, and you just pull it through the one in the front, the first one of the row below. Okay, and here the next one. We just do the same thing we did the row before, without anything special basically, just moving on to the next row. Number 3, pull it through. Number 4, and you just continue doing this. And yeah, every time you get back to the next round, we just kind of work through it. And you can see here, it doesn't really matter at the bottom here, and later it's going to kind of roll up a little bit, and so you're not going to even see this little edge, this little corner down here. And yeah, and there where we're working right now, you can already not see where we merge together the rows. I'm going to do this a little more, and I'll see you in a little while. Okay guys, so here we are almost at the end of the scarf. So here we have the last loop of the scarf, and what I'm going to do now is going to do a last ultimate row. And so I'm going to go back into the very last loop that we just did, and then we're going to do the next loop, and we're just going to pull it through, basically side to side instead of with the thread that we were working with earlier. So the loops that we already actually used, we will now be pulling through the one that's next to it basically. And with that, we'll create this little seam that you can kind of just see on top. I actually prefer doing this with the crocheting hook because the hook stays in the loop that you need for the next one always. So you can see that it's maybe a little faster and more comfortable for me for sure. And so we have the hook here, we take the next loop and we pull it through the one that we were in before. Okay. And I just pull it through. And it's a little easier for me because the loop stays on the hook, and with the fingers it obviously it doesn't. And so I think this is a lot faster. Okay. Going all the way around here. Okay, here you can kind of see what this seam kind of looks like here at the very top, what it looks like with this last row. Okay guys, and so here I'm at the beginning / at the end of this round, and so I have this the last loop here on my hook, and this is the last bit of thread. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this really beginning loop here, and I'm going to take the thread that's left over and pull it through this loop, and then also through the very last loop. If you don't have any bit of last thread left, then you kind of cut off some of these loops. You have little end pieces here, and make sure you leave them because it's possible that you kind of cut off the thread with the loop. And so then you have to kind of go back and take out a few of the stitches, and then, And so I am basically just hiding this last bit of thread in the scarf So I just weave it through some of these stitches until you can't really see it anymore. This wool is really fluffy, so you can't really see it in the end. And these loops are really nice and tight. Obviously they can't get larger or wider, so this never really comes out. And so here you can see what the scarf looks like now. It's a really nice thickness, it's a really nice height, it's really cozy, it's super nice and very, very cute. It's also really easy to make and it's quick to make. You can kind of loop it around your head twice and yeah, stay nice and warm in the winter. Thank you for watching DIY ideas. I hope you liked this video. If you would like to watch more, please visit my channel and subscribe for free. You'll always be the first one to be informed about a new video. Please share this video with your friends and see you next time.